Hello, everybody.
Welcome to my string of pearls. This is episode
14. Number 14.
14 already.
Yes, and we've been a little bit
busy,
quiet and not really around very much on YouTube. So here we are.
We've been quiet on the internet, but we haven't been quiet in life.
No, life carries on.
Really busy.
It just goes, for sure.
So we apologize that it has been a couple of months since our last podcast.
I don't even know how long it's been.
It's okay.
Too long, sorry.
Yeah, but we're here.
We're still here. We're still going.
We're still knitting.
Still doing life. Yeah. For sure.
So my name is Mioka.
And my name is Linda.
And
Mioka's my daughter.
And Linda's my mom.
Yay.
So happy to have my mom.
Yes.
If you are new here, welcome. If you are a return viewer, welcome back. We're so excited that you're here with us. We've had lots of new subscribers over the last little while, and you're probably kind of sitting there wondering where the crickets are coming from, but we're back.
The crickets?
The crickets. You know when it's quiet, all you hear is crickets in the background.
We've been hearing lots of birds because the birds are back.
The birds are amazing. We have a Ravelry group. We are My String of Pearls on Ravelry. And that's just kind of where there's discussion, show notes, all that kind of information. If you have any questions for us, anything you want us to touch base on the next podcast, that's where you want to find that. I'm also on Ravelry with my personal projects and everything, just as My String of Pearls. And you have Ravelry.
I have Ravelry, but I'm not an active social media person, so I'm sorry. Every once in a while you'll see me, hey, hi, I'm there, and show a few things, but that's not my forte. So,
but you're good at responding if someone sends a message.
Oh, definitely
or something like
responding.
that. You're there, so good way to contact.
Yeah, and I've watched a lot of you that are on my Instagram, and thank you for sharing your things with me, because it's really nice to see them and see what you're up to. So,
sorry, your Ravelry page is L Pearl. Okay. And then your Instagram.
And Purls.
My Instagram, or our Instagram together, is my.stringofpearls.
So confusing, but not really.
It's all the same, but all totally different. So I'll put that up on the bottom, and then again, it'll be in the show notes.
And if you like us and like to watch us, subscribe.
Yes, please like and subscribe.
Notification.
Yeah, there's a little bell. Yeah,
notifications.
So you don't miss our far and few between.
We'll catch you up on everything that we've been doing, that's for sure.
Happy Easter weekend. It is Good Friday for us in Canada. Is it Good Friday everywhere?
I'm not sure how. I think so. It depends on how you celebrate and how your country sets up holidays.
Yeah. So we are in a small town in the Okanagan of British Columbia, Canada. And for us, it's Good Friday. So happy weekend.
Yes.
I have a 4-day weekend.
Yes. And it's in Northern Hemisphere here, and we are slowly getting into spring. The snow is just in patches in the shady spots. The birds are back.
Do you guys still have snow in your yard?
No.
Oh, okay.
But on the creek walk, there's still just a touch of snow.
In the shady areas for sure.
We've got robins that are all over the place and just singing like crazy. And there's a bit of green grass, and we're thinking gardening. We'll share about that a little bit later.
We are so thinking gardening.
My hands are not green. My thumbs are not green yet.
Can't guarantee the next time we'll be back with knitting content. But if you enjoy the gardening content, I know I did put quite a bit up last year, and just kind of, it's really fun for me to film and take pictures and then look back at the year, how fast things grow. And I was even looking back the other day of man, that's where I was last year, and that's what I was doing, shoveling rock and everything, right? So if you do enjoy that content and gardening, let us know, and we're more than happy to share more of it.
Or we got questions about our gardening situation here. Yeah.
Absolutely. What is it, our zone and whatnot. And we're going to talk a little bit more about natural dyes and stuff like that too today.
Yes,
let's go into what you're wearing, Mom, because I'm not wearing any knitting today.
What I'm wearing? I am wearing my Rocket Tee by Tanis Lavalley.
Yep.
And I have chosen not to do the holes or the increases, decreases. I can't remember which. It's been a while since last year. About this time I did that.
We talked about it in a previous episode.
Yeah. So there's little holes in the increases, and I chose just to make ones. Yeah, increases.
Yeah, all the details are on your Ravelry.
But I hope so.
We all hope so.
But it's a really nice pattern, and It's simplistic. It's easy to wear. I think if I make another one, I'll make it just a little bit bigger. This is my spring fall one, so it's spring and I'm wearing it. Yeah.
And one thing to note, this is the fingering weight. This is the first one that she came out with, but she now has a Rocket T DK. So that's another option for her. Yeah.
She's got really nice patterns, and she's a really, really neat lady.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not wearing any knits because I was cleaning like a mad woman, and then I had a hot shower and did my hair, and I'm like, nope.
Hot chick.
It's warm. It's getting warm. It was 19 degrees outside yesterday, so you can imagine.
Yes.
So yeah, you just get a t-shirt today. Sorry.
Yeah.
But we have knitting to talk about.
Yes, we do. Yes.
I'll go first because I can't really show you in person the finished object because classic Miyoko, I've given it away already. We have been very, very happy to welcome 2 beautiful nieces to our family this past month. Yeah.
Husband's family.
My in-laws, basically. Yeah. So we have baby Scarlett Wren. She was teeny tiny, 5 pounds, 1 ounce, and she got these little teeny socks. So I'll put up a photo of her toes in the socks. I haven't got to meet her yet because she's down at the coast, and that's okay. COVID-friendly protocol, of course. And then I actually got to go and help my sister-in-law with her family. They have a 2 and a 4-year-old. And I got to go and take care of the 2 and 4-year-old while mom and dad went to the hospital and had baby Hannah Nicole. So I got to hold a 2-day-old little bumpkin, and just when they stick their butt out and like their knees are up on your chest and they go, oh my goodness. So I wish
you could bottle up the smell of a newborn.
Yeah, and I got home and I washed all my clothes and I did everything and got ready for work. And I thought, shoot, I should have like my one sweater that I had her on me almost the whole day. I'm like, I should have just kept that sweater. Sniff it, right? But
fresh babies.
Yeah, absolutely. And Hannah was 8 pounds 6 ounces.
Big girl.
Yes, so she's healthy, strong, got rolls on rolls. And this is what I made for her, but I made this 6 to 12 months because kind of like this time next year she'll be fitting it. I guess kind of next fall, winter she'll be fitting it. And it'll fit her better then because when they're newborn, they grow so fast. It is the Norwegian fur cardigan. It's by I don't know how to say it, OGE Knitwear Designs. But yeah, I'll put the picture up and all the details are on Ravelry. It was really beautiful and fun to knit. In fact, I'm starting another one, but I'm doing the 0 to 3 month size. We didn't know who was coming, boy or girl. I feel like the pattern's a little bit feminine just with the detail down the side, but chose a really nice deep green to do it in. This is Lang Yarn Merino, and it's just super wash, super easy for moms to throw and wash.
Yes, baby friendly.
Because we have another baby on the way in our family, my in-laws. There's a lot of babies on our side.
Yeah.
And we don't know who's coming yet. And so I just thought it would be the perfect, they'll be due in August, and that'll be the perfect gift for my brother and sister-in-law.
And baby will be here in August, and then about 6 months, before 6 months, she'll be able, he or she'll be able to wear it.
They know, but we don't know yet. We get to find out as soon as we can see them. But yeah,
COVID, yeah. We are in the same bubble.
Yeah, we're bubbled.
Yes, we're bubbled.
We've been bubbled the whole time. Yeah. Mom and dad just live 5-minute walk down the road. Or I guess 10.
We look after their puppy.
Yeah.
Well, dog. And we're just, we don't see that many people. And this is rare, like every two months. Yeah, very rare. Hardly any hugs, even though we're this close, there's hardly any hugs. So.
Yeah. But even then, I feel like we're the safest bubble that we could be. Yeah. So it's just kind of necessary to be in each other's bubble. So anyway, that, baby socks and the Norwegian fur cardigan is what I finished for that. I have a couple of things, but you go ahead first.
Yes, and as you may have watched my reinforced sole technique tutorial.
Linda's sock reinforcement tutorial.
And I finished those socks, and I am very matchy today because I used the same yarn.
You had enough left over.
I had enough left over, and there's still probably enough left over for a shorty socks. So as you can see on the bottom is where I've added the second yarn of a contrasting color, and then half of the strand of the original and then back again there. So
Let's go turn it inside out and show.
The pattern is The Shepherdess by
Tracy
Millar, and the yarn is Amanda's Sweet Skein of Mine, called
Sweet Child of
Sweet Child of Mine. So yeah, this you can see in more detail how there's all the little ends are sticking out that I have started and stopped for the sole. And as I wash it and launder it, these will just fuzz out, and I might just cut them off or I might not. Sometimes they come through to the right side, but it doesn't bother me, and my socks last a lot longer because I wear them out on the ball of my toe, my foot.
You reinforce the whole way through because you can see kind of but you just use the same strand. Yeah, all the details are in that tutorial. I think there's been a really good response to it.
People.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you were able to look at that, and I hope that you will possibly use that technique to make your socks last longer. They definitely are a little bit thicker when you're in your shoe or boot, but it works for me. Or house socks, if you want to wear them around the house, it works good. So
doesn't look like you've worn those yet.
I haven't worn them. They've been on the sock blockers for a little while yet.
Waiting for a podcast?
Waiting for you guys.
We don't care about worn socks. It means that they're loved.
They are loved, yes. So those are completed. I'm happy about that, and I might not even wear them unless it gets really cold again.
It's calling for snow next weekend.
Maybe next weekend.
Darn Okanagan weather. You just can't pick one, hey?
And you can't do anything about it. So on we go.
So we are trying for a baby. We've been trying for a little bit, and every time I knit something for somebody else, I kind of knit something for us and put it away in like a hope chest kind of thing, just because there's going to be a bumpkin pretty soon, hopefully.
One day.
Yeah, and so this is a pair of the Perfect Fit newborn socks by Tabitha Gandhi. She's from the Hey Sister podcast. I talk about her socks a lot. This is a free pattern on Ravelry. Just the perfect stash buster you've ever met.
And rewarding to have.
Oh my gosh. They only fit the baby, depending on the size, for like maybe a week. But it's just the cutest little keepsake thing I love to gift, to take home from the hospital, newborn photos, just something special to kind of tuck away in their room as they're waiting for baby or whatnot. So
there they are.
We have a pair for our future bump. And they're just the sweetest little thing. Honestly, I'm kind of going to be on a baby sock hiatus because I have knit like probably close to 9 pairs in the past, since the last podcast.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot. Well, they're little, so yeah, good for you.
Well, yeah, and they're just fast. Like I can get one done in a night, like after dinner in a night, start to finish. So that's pretty cool.
That is good.
Yeah. Another thing I'll put a video up of is I was gifted a baby pant sewing pattern from a client of mine. She was showing me some of the things that she was sewing, and I really liked this design of the pant. You'll see in the video, it's actually got a seam down the center and the back of the pant. I have a different pattern that doesn't, and it just makes that diaper butt look very extra poofy. I don't know. I didn't love it. And so she didn't remember where the pattern came from, but she traced it for me and gave me the details. And so I sewed a whole bunch of pants to gift to these new babies in my life as well. And then, of course, I sewed a pair for us for our little gift box or hope chest or whatever you want to call it.
That's so cute.
Yeah, and I ordered this fabric off of Spoonflower. Which is a company out of the States. I wish that the shipping and everything wasn't as horrible to Canada from the States because I loved their fill a yard. So half a yard was this and half of the yard was like that little ducky fabric you saw in the video. And I was able to get 3 pants plus tops or cuffs and what do you call the top? Waistband from half a yard.
So what did you said fill a yard?
It's called fill a yard. And so instead of getting a whole yard, because I think they only sell it in yards.
Yeah, yes, they do in the States.
Instead of getting a whole yard of just the feathers, I was able to fill a yard. So I did half a yard of feathers and half a yard of ducks.
Well, that's pretty neat.
It was really cool.
Because lots of times they people want you to buy at least a meter or a yard of something. So
and like
that's really good.
It would have been okay, but I was able to get the 0 to 3 month size, I believe. And I was able to get 3 pants from half a yard.
Wow.
Of the feathers.
That's really good.
Yeah.
You really made it go a long way. Probably not very much extra to toss
just like
out.
little pieces. Yeah. But I've been busy sewing too. And I had some apron orders come through.
Oh, I wear mine all the time.
Yeah. So thank you so much for those orders that keep coming in. If you have any questions, just pop me a note. Like I said, I just don't have Etsy or anything like that because it's too busy with my regular job to advertise too much for it, but as they come in, I'm happy to sew a special apron for you, and I still have some beautiful linen fabric left. So
yay. Yeah. So speaking of jobs, I may be retiring this year. I will be reaching that age in the summer.
Oh,
that magic
age.
And also too, the business that I work for, the company I work for, is going to be sold. It's pretty close to happening. So it's all working out just right.
Share a little bit about the company or just about the alpaca and this.
Well, the company that I work for is called Crescent Moon Duvet and Pillow Company. And it's online. You can look it up. And it is made, we make duvets, which is like it's quilted, I guess you could call it. It has 70% alpaca and 30% wool, and it's local to Canada, Alberta, BC. The wool comes from that area.
Is it
this
like
area?
Carstairs, Alberta, or something?
And Custom Woolen Mill in Carstairs, Alberta, is the company that makes it, cleans it, cards it, puts it into bats. And with those bats, we make duvets, and there's sewn a crescent moon on all the different spots to hold the fibers, the 3 layers together. So the fiber and the 2 layers of fabric. And the fabric is 100% organic cotton, very tightly woven. And we also use the fiber to make pillows. So king all the way to travel pillows in different densities, so soft, medium, and firm. And also I make, and the fabric for those pillows is the same fabric we use for the duvets. And also I make pillow protectors. So that goes over top of your pillow to protect it from dust mites and skin, dead skin, etc. So your bed is much cleaner and less bugs in it. We won't go to that. And it's very, alpaca is really good for anyone who has allergies. It's very hypoallergenic.
Hypoallergenic.
Thank you for that word.
I was waiting for it.
And so it's really helpful if you have any kind of allergies. You just sleep better. And it's we make light duvets and we make regular duvets, and all the way from twin and crib and twin all the way up to king. So it's a big variety of sizes and a lot of different things that this company makes. And also we make mattress encasements where you could actually put your whole mattress inside of a encasement
kind of thing. It's
kind of a giant protector, and it's bed bug resistant. So we can't just say it's all the way because, of course, bed bugs are bed bugs. Yeah. So we don't have that problem here in our area, but I know there is lots of different places that have that problem. And so this business is for sale and may have a new owner.
Potential buyer.
So it's exciting. I have a really good relationship with my boss, who is also my friend, and another gal that I work with. And it's there's 3 of us that work there, and it's a very good product. And we have it in our bed, on our bed. There's mattress pads that can go underneath you as well. Yeah. Hopefully I've got all the products that we make.
But yeah, look it up. We'll put the link down below in the show notes. Crescent Moon Duvet Company. And yeah, you can order online and do your thing. But it's kind of you've lurked there for a long time.
Yeah, quite a few years now. Yeah. And we sell to all across Canada. and also in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we've also sent things out of country, but not very often.
Yeah. So for the love of alpaca, like we all know, it's just
and fiber. I get to play with fiber. It's so nice.
Haven't you actually gotten some really funky, like nice fiber that you've taken and like gifted or sold to someone to spin rather than stuff a duvet?
There was some beautiful white. It was gorgeous. And I said to my boss,
stuff it in a duvet, could you?
Don't use this. I will find another buyer for it. And there was 2 bags. One's we did use, and the other one I got hold of our local spinning and weaving club and guild, I guess it is. And they snapped it up right away. I haven't seen what they've made out of it, though. But I will in the future. So white, it could be dyed, it could be added to whatever. But it's so nice to be able to work with fiber. It does fly all over the place, but it's really nice.
Speaking of natural fiber, Leanna from Lone Sequoia Ranch. You have to follow her on Instagram, Lone Sequoia Ranch. I'll put her up. I've shared her a couple times already. We shared her calendars that we got.
Shepherdess.
She is a shepherdess, and she is welcoming some new lambs to her farm the last little bit.
Yes.
I haven't checked today, but just the last, I think it was Wednesday, Thursday, they had 2 sets of twins. So Mabel and Martha both had twins. And she shares just kind of the process of doing the iodine on their
belly button
or their umbilical cord. There we go.
Yeah.
And just shows them and whatnot. So I touched base and I'm like, can I come and snuggle the lambs? And she sit in a little bit. The moms are quite skittish around strangers. Once I can separate them a little bit more, you can come out. So I'm hoping that we can do like a little bit of a video of some baby lambs.
That would be fun. If you go, I want to come.
Yes. And then I just keep nagging her about getting some yarn because I just want a sequoia hat. Like just a lone sequoia hat with some kind of tree. I'm just,
But
manifesting.
You know what? She takes it to Custom Woolen Mill in Carstairs and gets it made into yarn.
Yes. Yeah.
But she has had her sheep shorn. And I think
she's showing some of that process.
Yes.
It's really cool to follow.
She's so excited about it, about skirting it, which is cleaning it and getting rid of the yucky parts, etc., etc.
She's really good about just showing the behind the scenes details. And I've talked to her about that a couple times too, because she's like, I just feel like it's just plain old barn chores. And I was like, yeah, but as a knitter, we don't see that. We see this. This is alpaca or anything like that. But like we see the yarn in the store and we don't always get the background information or the story behind the yarn. And it's just talk about the slow knitting process and ethical knitting and where is your source of your fiber coming from.
Yes.
The work that goes into our beautiful yarn is amazing, and these farmers don't share enough of it.
And also, too, she has names for all of her sheep.
Yes.
Would it be really cool if you got some and made a garment and said, I have Martha's.
I'm wearing Martha's
yarn, fiber. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I want like a Lone Sequoia hat fiber, and I can say this is Mabel's fiber, and it's got some sort of tree on it. Like, just it would
be so authentic.
It would be so cool.
Organic.
She would love it too. So definitely follow Leanna. She's kind of sparse with her stories, but when she's there, and it's just lots of stuff in her highlights as well. So
she does lots of Instagram reels.
Yeah. It's just really
really
informative. Really informative for us.
We appreciate that. So. And she actually lives up to where Dad and I first lived many, many years ago.
That's pretty cool. And
it's nice.
They moved from kind of city living to there too, which is cool. So.
So hi, Leanna.
Hi, Leanna. I think that's kind of all I had. That is done.
Yeah. So we have works in progress next.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so because I finished my socks, I have to start another pair.
I was going to say, what's your next socks on your list there, Lindy?
So I have a wonderful daughter that gifted me some yarn from Amanda from Sweet Skein of Mine called Rudolph.
Oh, are you using
Christmas.
Rudolph? Oh my goodness.
So this is Rudolph, and I've used a contrasting color just because Rudolph has a red nose.
Get right up there and show it off. That's so cool. I love her yarn.
It is beautiful.
Her speckles are fantastic.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out what color to use as a contrast, and Rudolph and red nose just made it.
That's perfect.
And these are just a vanilla sock. This time I've cast on 64 stitches instead of 60. So it might be a little bit bigger, but I'm just going to go with it.
Are you reinforcing again?
I will know when I get there. Sometimes it's nice to have socks to wear just in regular shoes.
Yeah.
So. But something that I do want to try, like most socks that I have made are a percentage of nylon or, a percentage of nylon or another fiber besides wool. So I'd like to make a pair of socks with just wool to compare to see how they feel on your feet, because I've recently watched Fleece and Harmony, and they talk about natural wool 100% compared to wool that has other ingredients in it. So that will be my next one after this. See, I'm already planning.
I did the old-fashioned work socks for Matt out of the 100% wool from Custom Wool Mills.
Yes.
And he loves them. In fact, he wore them snowshoeing last time. It was funny because I kind of got mad at him. Not mad at him, but I was frustrated because he didn't wear socks ever. They sit in the thing after they've dried from being washed, and he never wears them. So I was bugging him. Why don't you wear your knit socks? Why don't you wear your knit socks? Then he wears them snowshoeing, which is very aggressive on your socks, and he ripped all.
Oh my goodness.
And he goes, well, you're getting upset with me for not wearing them. Then you're getting upset with me for wearing them. And I'm just like, put them on in the house. So I have some sock repair. But
those are the ones that you made for him?
Yes.
Because I made him a pair too.
He wears those, like out and about in the cold and stuff like that. But snowshoeing was a different. Anyway, it was kind of funny. So I have to learn how to.
Yeah, new skill coming right up.
Yeah, no, not till next winter. He's got warm feet.
Yes. So
okay, I was gonna start with that one, but I'm actually gonna go this way because they kind of tie together.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna go on a tangent for this one. I have fallen in love with linen quill, you guys. Oh my goodness, it is just so from Pearl Soho. Do you remember the content? I have it in here.
No, I don't. I believe it's mostly
50% fine Highland wool, 35% alpaca, and 15% linen. There you go. So this comes from Pearl Soho in the States for us. I wait for it to go on sale and then
because the dollar is different, the shipping, and we're devoted because we still do order from the States.
Absolutely. So thanks, I definitely I want to thank Caddy Jack's Knits for pointing out this amazing pattern. It's the half and half triangles wrap by Pearl Soho. I just don't know where I am right now.
You're twisted, sister. Here we go.
There we go. So this is the half and half triangles wrap. This is the kettle black side.
Can't see.
It's okay.
Look at that big. It's huge.
So yeah, I've talked about this a few times already, and there's lots of information about it. But it's a half and half triangles wrap. Or half and half wrap. I don't know. There's a knit along.
Triangle wrap.
There's a knit along.
Yeah.
Half and half triangles wrap.
I think so. We're really with it, aren't we? You know.
And half wrap. Half and half wrap, Cal. You'll know. I've talked about it before. So anyway, this is kettle black.
And the reason that it's very popular is because with the pandemic, people just needed something to do, and this is supposedly mindless. Just go.
Knitting. You knit.
It's going to be huge
until you get to your marker, and then you do a short row, and you turn around and you knit back, and it's just.
We could just get all snuggled in here.
It's lovely. So it's going to be huge. It calls for 3 skeins of each color, and I still have a full skein of. This is my 3rd skein, and this is my 2nd. So I have still a lot more to go, but it's just one of those things where it's just nice to pick up in the evening if you're watching some TV and just knit, or I've had a busy day at work. Oof, I have fluff in my nose now. And just knit, and it's great. So it's funny because just as I'm knitting with this fabric, it's so drapey and beautiful, I really wanted to knit something else with it right away. I just knew that, right? And so as I'm knitting along, I'm thinking, I finished my City Limit sweater, right, which is really thick and heavy and warm. And like, I tried wearing it to work one day. I think I told you about this before. I took an extra shirt because I wasn't too sure if I could wear the shirt all day while I was working. I'm a massage therapist, so you get quite warm. And I had to take it off and put my shirt on because it was too warm. So I thought right away, I need a lighter, thinner sweater to wear that I can wear to work, and maybe like the 3/4 sleeves or even shorter, right? So I thieved from my stash.
From this project. Well, that would be just beautiful, but it's not going to happen.
So Amanda from Sweet Skin was actually, and her and I are going to match. She's the speediest little knitter I've ever met. And actually, I've never met her, but
that you know
what I mean. The speediest knitter there was. And so this is Salt and Pepper. This is Kettle Black. This was going to be my triangles wrap. Well, I found the lightweight raglan. What is this? Lightweight raglan pullover by Purls Soho in linen quill, and I just stole the Salt and Pepper from the project because it wasn't even wound up yet, right? And I think I did the sleeves already in a different podcast. So I just did my short rows. It's bottom up, and it's got some kind of shaping at the waist. So it's got a nicer set across your hips. And then we talked about this really nice edge as well. So that was in the previous podcast. Anyway.
So you stole it. So what are you going to do with this then? Go on. Story gets better.
So I'm just in my linen quill heaven right now. And knit, linen quill. And yeah, just so good. So then I thought, well, shoot, I'm going to need 3 skeins of something to finish this, and I'm obviously not close. I thought, well, I could always use the leftover from the sweater because I won't use all of it, but then I'm going to have a sweater and a shawl and Salt and Pepper. That's just silly. So I think I texted you the colors, didn't I?
Yes.
Or I was humming and hawing about it.
Blue? No, is that
High Tide.
High Tide. Oh, yes.
So I think it was on Friday. No, today's Friday.
No. It was
this week.
Tuesday.
Linen Quill sent out their newsletter, and Linen Quill Purls Soho sent out their newsletter, and I've been waiting for it to go on sale. And I was humming and hawing about, what did I say to you, Mom? I have Kettle Black, but I'm trying to decide to go with simple, heirloom white, High Tide, or juniper green. What do you think? And then I'm leaning towards the blue. And that's what I got. So this is the High Tide.
That's pretty.
And then that's, of course, the Kettle Black. So it shipped today.
Oh, good.
So it'll be here, and I just gotta work on that last cake.
It's going to be so
honestly,
nice. And it's going to be so big.
It's going to be huge.
You'll be able to wrap a child and yourself, or a husband
belly
and yourself, and yourself.
It's going to be kind of like, it's going to be a bit of a shawl / blanket. I think it would be like nice for if I'm nursing or just, anything.
Giant hug.
Yeah. If you check out Leslie from A Friend to Knit With, she just did a podcast about her half and half triangles wrap, and hers was the dark navy, I believe, and the heirloom white, and they were beautiful together. Oh, yes. And she shows a few ways to style it. And she's this gorgeous little thing anyway. And so she shows how to style it and a couple different options. I'm just sitting there like, I want to get mine done.
Well, I bought, when you purchased these ones, I purchased some in orange, sort of an orangey, rusty color.
It's beautiful.
It's gorgeous, but I'm not going to make a wrap. I have another plan, and I actually have wound it.
We wound it now.
It's wound. I borrowed your Swift, and I did that. But I have another project to finish before I do that one, and I'm more of a monogamous knitter. I only have 3 projects on the go. There's the sleeves. I really like sweaters that get you to knit the sleeves first. That's a really good
because you're excited for the beginning of that project.
You can't really go too far with it.
Yeah, it's going to be, I stopped sooner because I'm hoping that it will be.
That's going to be so comfy. Look at that really nice edge on the sleeve.
And it's got a little bit of a halo. Yeah, I'm really excited.
With that linen in there, it really is. Makes it lighter almost.
The drape, like look at the drape on that. It's just going to be so good. Yes, so I'm just kind of puttering away on that in between the baby things and the. It's not. I'm not in a rush. Like there's so much going on right now with yard and garden and everything that knitting is unfortunately back burnered for a bit, but it's still something that I try to find myself at every day. Yeah,
I do too. I've been. Well, I'll show you my knitting before I go on and tell you my other.
Yeah, let's finish what you have for works in progress because that's the last of mine.
So, I think it was last podcast we were talking about. Well, you
showed the yarn.
Yeah. But we talked about you were making the
city limits.
No, not the city limits. The scarf, the big.
When
Andra
I gifted you the.
The shawl. Anyways, and I was thinking, gee, that's so thoughtful of Miyoko to be making something for me.
Night shift shawl.
Yes, thank you.
So I take my slippers off and warm.
And I thought, gee, I should make her something. And I thought further into that thought I made one for my oldest daughter, a sweater for my oldest daughter, and a sweater for my middle daughter, and I should make one for my youngest daughter. And I thought, what did you think of that? I asked her, what do you think of that? And what sweater would you like me to make?
I know I need to make for me already.
Yeah, she had no plan.
Because I had it in my queue of what... There's a spider on the roof.
There's a spider on the roof,
It's okay, you won't go far.
No,
my husband's not home, so...
It won't get swatted, squished.
No, he'll run away. I have to do the swatting. Anyway, I'd had this sweater in my queue, and I knew what yarn I wanted to use for it, and... going back to I'd knit the city limits and it was really warm and whatnot. I wanted a lighter one, so I figured I'll get the lighter one done and then I'll purchase yarn. But lovely mother,
I've ordered it. It's paid for. Go pick it up at our local yarn store, A Twist of Yarn,
and so ran out on my lunch break.
That, all in the same day. So it's called the Rug
by Junko Okamoto.
Yes, and it's coming on so nice. Look at it. That's going to look really nice on you.
Yes.
It is so soft and light. I have to be really conscious of not knitting tight.
Here,
You'll just try it on already. Woohoo! And I found that, I did for the color work, which I was really trying hard to get better at doing that because I haven't done a lot of it. Oh, she's going to try it on.
Well, you had me put it over my neck like a while ago.
Yeah.
But I'll let you do the pulling.
There's stoppers on there. So I went up, I think it was a half a needle size to do the color work.
Yeah, highly
recommend.
I'm
really finding that is really helping. So it's not pulling because that could be a problem. So this girl's going to be one cozy chick when she gets this done. When I get this done. So I'm over halfway done the color work.
Pretty. And we hummed and hawed about whether or not to do the crosses and the X's and whatever. And I said no at first, and then just the top, and then only the bottom. And then, nope, just do it that way. That's what I really like. It does feel a little bit big, though.
Yeah.
But I guess it's kind of oversized.
It is oversized.
With a pair of leggings, it'll be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I might... Well, there's short rows in between. Well, I won't give away any secrets, but there's short rows like in this area at the back so that it... it'll be longer at the back, which is really good. And short rows are not my fave, but I'm doing it.
This yarn is amazing.
It is so fluffy and light and soft.
Drops air.
Look at that. It's got a halo. And I knit at night in my pajamas watching TV. And I almost have to clean myself off with the fuzz before I go to bed. Or not. But it smells really nice too. A little bit sheepy, but not too much.
It smells like your house.
That's a good thing.
No, it's not a bad smell.
It's a good thing.
Your house is a mix of usually food or garlic. Like that yummy, I want to eat food garlic. This time of year with smoke. from the fire.
Yeah.
And like natural soap.
Well,
That's always that's your house. Small
well,
ground.
I can't do scents and
I'm really,
harsh,
really
cleaning
excited for
products
this.
and stuff like that.
Thank you.
So when I finish this, then I might start using the linen quill. I hope.
You will love it.
Yes. And I want to make the calyx.
Yeah.
Calyx.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to that. And I'll tell you more about when we get to acquisitions.
I haven't. I don't think I've acquired anything.
Oh.
Just my.
Do we have any more?
That's all my knitting. No.
Works in progress.
I was just talking about the Norwegian fur that I just sat down to do again. But
so I'll tell you if it's okay. I don't have any knitting
plans.
I've been making junk art journals. So I've been having fun. This is an envelope one. I've been online. I've been playing around. I love paper. I love fabric. I love creating. So this is a bit of a junk journal. It just has left pages from other things. I don't know if I'll be able to show too much to you about this. It's got a little bit of a pattern, a piece of a pattern. It's got fabric. I've made some fabric in here that if I want to add anything, I'll try not to get too carried away. An old magazine, a map.
So just taking just bits and pieces and making a journal. Yeah.
Some of my own artwork, so some doodling. What else? There's a little bit at the back. There's a place to put a little bit of another journal note in there. And some more fabric to add stuff. And I actually have left the thread on it. It came from another part. I like that. Some more paper, and on it goes. There's one back here I wanted to show you that's really fun. Where did it go? Here it is. It's just our local Fabric Land has, this is the little paper that they give us for a receipt. Yeah, and I just made a little pocket with some keys on it with a stamp. So
show this side of it. That's the cool part.
Oh, this side of it. So that's the outside. And there's bits of paper. There's a little bit of leather there. This is a Ferrero Rocher container or thing. And there is over on this side, it's fabric and yeah, just a little bit of everything on there. Pattern there. And okay, I'm not going to get too carried away. I'll show you one more. This one has black and white detail. It's got fabric, and there's our masks. Whoops, on this side. Our masks, we got some masks from China, and there's the piece of paper that came in with it. This is somebody's
Leisha's boots.
Mm-hmm. There's a piece of a yogurt top that you peel off. I did some research about a seahorse and just bits and pieces, and then there's yarn to hold it all together. Inside,
carefully, just folded something over in there.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, but it's just a book.
Okay.
No worries. So inside, there's a place to add what's inside of the book. There is an old photo album that I have stitched together to put, stitched here to put into it. There's this little sheer piece with a piece of a magazine, etc., etc. This is a piece of fabric that has gesso on it, so you can do some painting or whatever you want on there. More paper left over from another project. Blah, 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 blah. A map, piece of a map thing. More. This is some of my stamping I did and stenciling. Flower. And then the back pages of all of those. So just having fun.
Cool.
Enjoying having fun.
What time of day do you tend to do this at, Linda?
Oh, sometimes I can't sleep. Sometimes our neighbors come home in the wee hours of the night and wake me up, and I can't go back to sleep. So This morning I woke up 2-ish in the morning and I couldn't go back to sleep, so I got up and started playing. My husband was out fishing, so he didn't matter.
We were gonna podcast today. We really have a time when I talked to her in the morning. I was up all night scrapbooking. I'm like, what?
But I've had fun.
Oh goodness!
I used an old calendar to make this book here. Just an old calendar bit, and it's just got pages in it of. Oh, I started a bit of fun stuff there.
Sully
sketchbook revival stuff. There's a whole other tangent. This other page, it has fabric in it, or not, scrapbook paper, and then the back you see January, and just papers, so to be used. So that's what I've been doing, enjoying it. I like paper. You like paper too. I remember with school supplies, you used to love it every year when school got started. You used to buy your pens and your papers. So
oh yes, indeed.
You're welcome. I passed it on.
Good.
Okay, that's the tangents over there. Go on YouTube, junk
journaling. You were wondering what she's up to. If you're up earlier in the morning,
my lights are on. Come play. I'll still be in my pajamas. Okay, that's all for that. So
Oh. We also did we have anything else?
No.
Oh, okay, so I think we talked about it briefly last time. I think it was the day that we podcasted. Maybe. We took the Knit City virtual Planning Your Natural Dye Garden with Caitlin French.
Mm-hmm.
Planning the year ahead, I guess it was.
Yes.
And my husband's calling me 1 second.
Sorry, bud. Yeah, so we took this online course and decided after that course that we were going to purchase some seeds.
Yes. So sorry. He's out of town right now working, so I just had to tell him I'd call him in a bit. We did the natural dye course. It was all through Zoom. It was really, really cool. And she shared with us a few different places to find some natural plant seeds. And just kind of between Mom and I and our different gardens and whatnot, we've decided what we're going to grow. And it was really, really informative about things I had no idea about with natural plants. So one thing, very disappointing, but also cool, madder is the root. Obviously, you grow the plant and you use the root. Well, you can't really use it that year or the year after.
It's supposed to be in the ground for 2 years.
So there won't be any red here for a while, which is fine. But it was really kind of like, oh, I knew that, but I didn't think about it, right? So yeah, madder, you need the root. And so you grow the plant, whatever.
But I have a plan too, because I have friends that are gardeners. Okay, do you want to grow madder this year?
My mother-in-law's got a big garden. I told her we'd give her a plant if she wanted to put it in the corner.
And so we're going to be passing these plants around and just, stake them. We tell people to stake them, grow them. This one, I think it's pretty tall. I wrote down the details here.
We don't need to go into too much of that. If anyone wants to
look
into it, they can.
But some grow up to 4 feet tall. Yeah.
And so, madder was one of the ones, indigo, which gives you that beautiful blue, and you can use the leaves of it and the stalk to create your indigo blue that year. Mm-hmm. And you can do a couple different harvests off of it.
It's a special technique, though.
She has like a mason jar, and it was a really cool thing.
It's different than most dye.
I think we'll kind of document some of that as we go along to share with you.
There will be some in this episode as well, because I've been taking pictures, because I've got my marigolds cooking, actually. I cooked them for an hour this morning, and then I'm going to wait a little while and cook them again for another hour and see what kind of color I get from them, and have my yarn scoured, which is washing, and mordanted, which is a process that helps the dye adhere to the fiber.
Yeah. Okay. Another thing, well, actually, you took some... We're on a well at our house. Mom and Dad are on kind of like the municipal water system. Our water has more iron in it. So you'll have
We'll
a little bit
see.
of a higher iron content.
They say rainwater, but we haven't had any rain for a while, and the
No.
barrels haven't been out.
Yeah.
So it's just I'm doing it because I need to get
But
it
yeah,
done.
because the over dye with the iron, and anyway, we've learned a
We're
lot.
going on
We're
that.
excited. It's fun. We
Come on
ordered our
down the
seeds.
rabbit
Yeah.
hole.
We've ordered the seeds. We have a couple different lines of different yarn that we can possibly use.
And I've actually planted madder seeds already, and I'll take a picture and
Yeah.
share that with you today too.
Yeah, so because I'm working so much, my greenhouse isn't quite ready to that state yet. Mom's got a really established greenhouse and is possibly retiring soon.
Yeah.
We've just kind of
But I've
shuffled the
started them
seeds
inside.
to her place
Mhm.
so that she can start them and care for the plants for the beginning, and then we'll plant them kind of,
Mhm.
like we said, kind of all over.
Yeah.
It drops air in my
there you
nose.
go.
So why don't we
So
share
that's-
what we got? So we got madder. You used all the madder, hey? It's all
Yeah,
gone. Cool.
all of them.
Madder from Grand Prismatic Seeds.
Funny little seeds. Funny little
Were they?
seeds. Yeah, they were kind of
like to see
not prickly, but they were kind of like they could stick to you. I think that's the plant's nature as well. That's
Yeah,
what
I don't
helped
think
it.
it's a very pretty plant.
I don't think it is.
Unfortunately, most dye plants are ugly.
This one is not.
Oh, Black Knight Scadiosa
This
is
one. I
beautiful.
have blue
Yeah.
ones, and I think I have a white one as well. So this is
Yeah.
going to be adding to my line, and they're really pretty. They're called pincushion flowers, so they're about this big, and they've got like a pincushion. They're very
Strikingly dark flowers, the contrasting lavender stamens. Great cut flower with long stems. Transplant after last frost date. Great for contact dyeing. And you will be able to collect the seeds from this for next year.
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah.
there's quite a few seeds in some of
60.
these, so
Yeah.
yeah. And Tango Cosmos,
Kind of like an orange. Oh, so we should say, yeah, so madder will give us red.
yes.
Black Knight Scabiosa gave us a little bit of blue, purpley blue, I believe it was.
Tango will be yellow, gray, or brown, depending on
Yeah.
what kind of.
What kind of exhaust dye we do, or over dye?
No, you add a mordant to it.
Oh,
You
okay.
add something to it to change its color.
Yeah.
A dye changer.
Then, of course, we have Japanese indigo, which is going to give us that really beautiful blue. Again, really tall plant. Nothing really fantastic about it.
This one I think is 36 inches. I wrote it down. Whatever.
Okay. The Tango Cosmos will be pretty. They're going to be kind of a
They're
nice
really
orange
tall.
color.
Yeah, they'll be 4 feet as well.
I love Cosmos.
And
then they gifted us some Dyer's Chamomile, which is really lovely.
And that will grow just about anywhere. So yay.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think
that's-
it's very pretty either.
I didn't write down what that one is.
Well, because we didn't order it. It was just a gift.
I've been doing research on it.
Yeah,
so.
so that's our natural dye journey to this point, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Mom will, give me some photos, and we can put a little montage in at the end.
Yes.
Or maybe it was at the beginning. You'll find out.
You'll see.
I'll be editing tomorrow. So excited for that. Definitely interesting to kind of, like, my husband's going to bring home the excavator from his work in the next couple of weeks, and we're going to be digging up some stuff in the front yard, some old shrubs that have been very well unmaintained for the owners before us. And I have space for indigo. I have space for madder. Yeah, so I'm just really excited to kind of be like, this is going to be here, and that's going to be there, and that shrub's getting out, and this is, I forgot this wasn't a real sweater. What was that?
It looks like a real sweater when your arms are down. The other thing is that I may be able to get some goat manure
Oh,
from a friend.
That's really cool. So
That'll be helpful.
another really neat thing that we learned with Caitlin, because there was people on the Zoom call from all over, Ontario, someone in the States. I can't remember exactly. We didn't really connect with each other. We were there to learn. But one thing she had mentioned was that if you have soil that is possibly has some iron in it, or something that you are unable to plant, like a vegetable, and then consume the plant, perfect for flowers and perfect for natural dyeing plants, because you don't eat them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay. They let off. Yeah, like they won't hurt you by growing them in that soil. So if you have something on your property, they were talking about, like, in a suburban city, like there's a unclaimed plot like 2 blocks down that they
like
go
in a
and
meridian
they
somewhere.
go and plant in, like,
They
it's
just
it's
dug out the
bizarre
old
to me,
dirt.
because I think about all of the space around here that Could you imagine if someone just comes and starts growing a garden across the road from you?
I would love it.
Yeah.
I would love it.
And so they were talking about, like this, no one could grow a garden here, whatever had happened to the soil, and they just go and she plants her indigo.
Well, no, they actually dug out the existing soil because there was so much other stuff like
debris
and everything.
Yeah.
So they dug it all out, took that away, and put good soil in and planted it.
Yeah.
Wow, it was like a green space.
It was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And how they made friends through it too.
And then they somehow they got water down to it, and someone else said, "Oh, you can use this part." And so kind of like our idea to give our matter to different people that have other gardens and like collect it later on in the date. It's just like someone else is caring for your garden that's not at home, right?
And we have gardeners around here. It's like, oh yeah, let's try that plant, and so it's very easy to share if you have extra.
Yeah, totally. So that was just there was some really cool stuff that we learned from that, and I could go on and on for hours just about that.
But we won't.
No.
We'll carry on in our future.
Yeah.
In the future. I want to podcast outside sometime because the
Mom
weather was really nice. But it's still a little bit cool to be sitting outside for very long.
Yeah. So, so I think that's kind of all that I had. What's happening right now? There's just not a lot coming up, and I can't promise any fast production of any knitting in the next little bit because the next few weekends will be outside and whatnot. So maybe there'll be some garden vlogs popping up. There might just be a really big episode in another couple of months. It's just hard to say. Maybe I'll get my she shed fixed up and we can take a quick tour around there, which is very small but fun. Yeah. So just let us know kind of what you want, what you're up to, and what you're liking from us. I guess it's a knitting podcast, but we are so much more than just knitters. And one thing, people with real things to do. Exactly. One thing I did want to say too is I've actually canceled my Knit Crate subscription just because the last few times I wasn't loving what I was getting, and even I was just changing out the colorways and whatnot. And by the time I got the subscription and then shipped here from the States and whatnot, it was quite pricey. And I just thought that I would like to support a natural indie dyer rather than a subscription, and I would be able to support some of our viewers. And so something I'm going to start doing in a couple of months when I'm starting knitting a little bit more is I'm going to go through our followers list on Instagram, our viewers list here, and just kind of find, I know there's so many beautiful dyers out there, and find someone and just kind of start supporting that. And that's then, a really good plan. I'm going to purchase that. Something ideally that I'm going to use it for, because with Knit Crate it was like, here's a yarn stash. Like, cool. Yeah, we got a stash now. Now what? So something that I'm going to have a project in mind or whatnot, and then I want to show and kind of highlight that dyer on the podcast when it comes in. So if you are a dyer, reach out, let me know what you got, or share your shop with me on Instagram. Local to us is not only Okanagan, it's also British Columbia. It's all across Canada. And I'm not opposed to ordering from the States as well. Just like I said, our dollar is not great right now. And the shipping is atrocious. Is horrendous, even to go across the border to you guys. So going to try and stay within Canada. Sorry about that, but there's nothing we can do about it, really. It's unfortunate. But one day we will be back to go across normalcy. The borders. Exactly. Yes. But that's just, I forgot to mention that to you ahead of time. Speaking of Knit Crate, I went over to the fingering, and I've got a couple of Knit Crates from that. But sadly, Knit Crate's having a really tough time because of the pandemic. Oh, I didn't know that. And them with getting their product and shipping out. And so they've gone through a big change. And I have not canceled, but just postponed mine for a month. We'll see how it goes. But I did have some points that I really wanted to use up. So I ordered some yarn through them. Did you get some undyed? Or did you get, it's called... you have to share it when it comes in. Matcha. Yeah, I'll share it when it comes in. So there's a sweater's quantity. And I'm either going to make Judy's cardigan. Love Autumn Acorn. Autumn Acorn. Hi, Judy. Love cardigan.
or beekeeper's cardigan, because they both take about the same amount. And I want that kind of sweater that just will, you don't have to button it up, and it's loose and it's comfortable. Put it on, and green is my color, so I'll share that with you. And you notice, look at that, 4 inches.
Yeah, it looks
gone.
great.
Just gone. It just feels so much better.
So much hair.
We've been blessed with too much hair.
We've been blessed with hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you might be able to see the last walk by the creek. We might share that with you.
Like I said, I'm going to kind of sit down and edit tomorrow. It's getting a little bit later here now. We could podcast later in the afternoon because our light's not leaving us. But I'll edit tomorrow. And yeah, we'll get some stuff from Mom's planting of the madder.
Nothing's up yet.
Yeah. And who knows what your intro and end will look like, but it will be fun.
We hope you enjoy this.
We hope you enjoy it.
And if you want to see anything else or more of this or that, I'm reluctant to share my my studio because it's always got stuff in it everywhere. But I'm productive.
Only the best studios do.
Oh, maybe when I retire, then I would have...
be messier.
No, but I work from home as well, so there's several big areas that are taken up by that work. So I'll be able to spread differently.
It's funny because her studio is like my old room that I was in like high school and then a little bit in college too, and it's still got the same
stuff on the walls
colors and like it's got these little umbra flowers, and it's just pretty funny too.
Yeah.
I get back in there sometimes like, oh, there's bad memories of studying for college in here.
I've changed it. There's no memories from that for me.
Good.
No. Other than all the stuff on the back of the door. So I've got a collection of bags on behind the door, and you always have lots of goodies.
Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I guess we're going on and on. I think we're about done.
Yeah, I think that's kind of it for the day. So thanks again for joining us. I really, really appreciate it. So happy to connect with you again. I'm behind on comments, so I will get back to that. And
we'll catch you up.
We'll catch up when we're here. We just can't promise anything, but we are always thinking about it and always trying to think about what content to share, and always on Instagram and Ravelry. So thank you again.
Thank you very much. I'm still looking at this sweater.
Yeah,
thinking,
me too. I just keep going closer because if I go back, it's not done. So,
I'm glad you're enjoying it already.
A poncho.
Well, it's poncho similar like a poncho.
I'm nice and warm though.
Yeah. It's nice and cozy. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Stay safe,
Happy
everyone.
Easter.